on the ground as the Raiders beat the Jets 16-12 on Sunday Night Football. Elsewhere in the AFC, Browns kicker Dustin Hopkins made a 40-yard game-winning field goal with no time remaining in Cleveland's 33-31 come-from-behind win at Baltimore. Houston rookie C.J. Stroud threw for 356 yards and 2 scores, 1 passing, 1 rushing. Texans also converted a game-winning field goal with no time remaining in their 30-27 win at Cincinnati. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott threw for 404 yards, also racking up 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. His wideout CeeDee Lamb recorded 11 grabs for 151 and 1 touchdown in the Cowboys' 49-17 win over the G-Men. Lamb is the first player in NFL history with at least 10 catches and 150 receiving yards in 3 straight games. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Last day I checked, it's a Monday, 13th day of November, 2023. I'm Carroll in the newsroom, Gene. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
Did we have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moved a little faster than I would have preferred, but hey, I don't have any control over that.
You know, I get it. And I just kind of kicked back for the most part this weekend after 3 months of working Friday nights, doing football. I just kind of took a deep breath and, took it easy.
Did you do any yard work?
I actually did a little bit. And, some things just have to be done, right?
Exactly. I've got that. You've seen that pumpkin that's the size of my car, right, out front?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a thing to see.
Yeah, well.
I use a lot of fertilizer on it. That's why it grows that way.
Okay. Did you put in ryegrass this year?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
No, I do my own lawn, so I don't do ryegrass. I need time off.
Yeah, well, I take time off. That's what you need to do.
Okay. And as I mentioned, we're done with high school football.
Yeah,
and,
everybody got sent home.
Pretty much, except Vincent and Oldville. And both teams will play for their division championships.
Yeah.
So, and flag football continues. Calexico will continue in flag football. They'll play tomorrow night.
Well, it sounds like somebody that hasn't seen. Are you talking flag football that the ladies play?
Yes, it certainly is not powder puff football. This is competitive flag football, CIF championships, and Calexico advanced, and they'll play tomorrow. We'll tell you about that in sports.
Yes, sirree.
Okay. Well, let's see. All sorts of things are going on. 91% of U.S. homeowners have attempted at least one do-it-yourself project.
The term that concerns me is attempted.
Yes, yeah. It's a very high percentage since building a meth lab is considered a do-it-yourself project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, you can go online somewhere and it'll tell you how to do that.
Well, certainly you can find out anything you need to know online.
Even some things you probably would be better not to know.
Yes. Okay. How about some birthdays?
Okay.
We have actor Jimmy Hawkins is 82. He was in the movie A Wonderful Life, so I'm assuming he was one of the little kids. I have to assume that.
Well, that'd probably be a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Actor Joe Mantegna is 76. Actor Sheila Fraser, 75. Actor Tracy Scoggins, 70. Actor Chris Noth is 69. Actor Rex Lynn is 67. Actor Caroline Goodall is 64. Actor Neil Flynn, 63. Comedian Jimmy Kimmel, 56. Actor Steve Zahn is 56. Actor Gerard Butler is 54. Actor Jordan Bridges, 50. Actor Aisha Hines is 48. Actor Monique Coleman is 43. Actor Devin Bostic is 32. Local birthdays coming up.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders. Throws, and he's got his tight end barrel. It's nothing but green grass in front of him. 10.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5.
Took a lick and spun out of it. It's a 27-yard pickup.
Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title. Raiders football on FM 107.5 is brought to you by
Southwest Security Services, El Central RV Service Center, Brownie's Diner, and the Town Pump.
Raiders with a big win yesterday. Let's say happy birthday to Dana Hedinger, Perfecto Valdez, Emily Fernandez, Joseph Dallawall, Kathy Gore, Jacob Elias, Lydia Vega, Sammy Lau, Stevie Torres, Laura Bermudez, Rich Wilson, Rigo Cano, Sandra Gonzalez, Mary Ariano, and happy anniversary, Roger and Barry Vasquez, and Pat and Maribel Gonzalez.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Well, baseball, bingo, and Battleship have been nominated for Toy Hall of Fame this year.
What is it again? Bingo?
Baseball, bingo, and Battleship. Although if the criteria includes the number of people who've played with it, I don't know, why Jax wasn't nominated. Yeah. I think it may already be in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Battleship.
Remember playing that?
I don't.
Oh, we used to make grids and play Battleship on long car drives. So
were there lots of things to explode and?
No, it's played on paper. I think they actually made a game, boxed game set for it. But you call out numbers like B-18, and if that's where you have a battleship or an aircraft carrier, you got to hit. So it makes you think a little bit.
Number 29. Okay.
That's right. You grew up in the country. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, that one I've never heard of.
Okay. Very good. Well, we've heard of news, right?
Yes. We've heard that news.
So we're going to have some news. We're going to jump in with a look at world and California news headlines to begin with, all brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. Israeli troops are surrounding the largest hospital in Gaza. Its military claims Hamas is using the complex as a base, with doctors and patients, including infants, serving as human shields. Marwan Abu Sadi is a surgeon there.
We are suffering now with our babies. I'm afraid that we are going to lose all of these babies.
Donald Trump Jr. is at court in New York, this time to testify for the defense at the family's civil fraud trial. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
What he's going to say is on basically the front end, we relied on the accountants and the lawyers. So when it came to preparing these statements, we weren't integral. Even though we signed off, we were kind of deferring to other people.
Congress has until Friday to pass a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. Jacqueline Simon with the American Federation of Government Employees.
They've got families to support. They've got kids to support. The holidays are coming up. Cold weather's coming up.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate. hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Interstate 10 in downtown Los Angeles damaged by fire and shut down to motorists. Officials still assessing the extent of the structural damage. Tokes Omashakin with the State Transportation Department.
We strongly encourage everyone to work from home if they can in the coming days. We're also encouraging people to take the train, bus, or carpool if they can, or if they must travel.
The fire starting at a storage yard underneath the freeway. The embers starting a fire at another yard across the street. Thousands protesting in San Francisco this week's Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit.
They are funding human rights violations left and right, whether here at the summit or every day in the meeting rooms that they're in. And we say, we're watching you, and we're going to put a stop to it.
Demonstrators alleging the leaders taking part will strike trade deals that will increase corporate profits while hurting the population at large. Biggest number of world leaders, dignitaries, and visitors to the city since 1945. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal for repair, for replacement. Call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend. See reality at undo.org.
Save all stuff you really need and stuff you bought for fun. Stuff you always really wanted this holiday at Amazon. Stuff that is discounted if you're naughty or you're nice. Stuff to buy your grandma who drinks her Chardonnay with ice. Stuff to make you big and strong. Stuff we can make in this house. Stuff for lawns and decking halls. Save big on stuff at Amazon. Stop.
It is page one of the local news. Page one is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, a former Los Angeles Police Department officer, a registered sex offender, was arrested attempting to smuggle people into the U.S. According to the U.S. Border Patrol, early last week, agents received information from a resident near Campo, California, that they say saw what appeared to be a human smuggling attempt. Border Patrol agents were able to conduct a stop on the suspect SUV. The driver of the vehicle presented a badge similar to an LAPD badge and identified himself as a lieutenant with that department. There were 3 women, a man also in the SUV. The passengers told agents they had recently crossed into the U.S. from Mexico illegally. A search of the suspect vehicle led to the discovery of a gunshot or a ghost gun and 2 fully loaded 9mm magazines. A record register checked the driver and is a former LAPD officer who was terminated in 1993 when he was convicted of forcible rape and sentenced to 3 years in prison. The driver was turned over to San Diego Sheriff's Office for processing. The smuggled migrants were processed for removal. A hit and run occurred. The injury, a hit and run involving a pedestrian. El Centro police are investigating the event that seriously injured a 59-year-old man. The accident occurred at 7:41 p.m. Saturday at 4th and Wake Street. A truck pulling a white off-road truck on a trailer truck struck a pedestrian and then fled the scene. Witnesses said the truck was last seen going west from the site of the accident. A 59-year-old man was transported to El Centro Regional Medical Center and then flown by Mercy Air to the trauma center at the Desert Regional Medical Center in the Palm Springs area for treatment. The accident remains under investigation. KXO News Time 743.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Centro Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
CBP is expanding Century Lane hours, but it's only temporary. U.S. Customs and Border Protection made the announcement Thursday. They said that they will temporarily expand the hours of operation for the Century Trusted Traveler program. Vehicle lanes and at the Calexico West Port of Entry beginning today. CBP will conduct a 2-month pilot program, expanding the port's hours of operation to 24 hours per day, 7 days a week. Currently, the normal Century operating hours are from 4 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Friday, and 5 a.m. till 2 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. Wait times will continue to be posted on the CBP's Border Wait Times website. Also, the GSA and the Imperial County Transportation Commission are to hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony. It will be held this Wednesday, the 15th of November. The General Services Administration and the Imperial County Transportation Commission will co-host the ceremony. The ceremony will mark the completion and opening of the port's newly constructed bridge infrastructure that traverses the all-passenger lanes and the upcoming improvements to pedestrian facilities and the addition of 8-foot shoulder lanes for disabled vehicles was made possible by a $32.5 million donation from ICTC to GSA. The ceremony will take place at the Calexico East Port of Entry at 9 a.m. with remarks from the federal, state, and local stakeholders. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Dr. Marcus, please report to pharmacy. There's an issue affecting many children that I can't solve alone. It's called toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. It builds up inside, making it harder to fight off infections and illnesses, and increasing the risk for lasting health issues. But there are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
Page 2 of the Local News and Weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, happy hour from 3 till 6 p.m. daily.
Continuing with more local news this morning, Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District has a new chief executive officer. The Brawley Healthcare District has named Christopher Bonjongberg as their new CEO. Bonjongberg and comes to the valley from the Fall River Mills, California area. His expertise includes working with inner care districts, surgical facilities, outpatient rehabilitation, management, and analysis. As Pioneer's new CEO, Bonjongberg will be leading the district through transition as provisions of the recently passed Bill 918 pushes the Valley to one countywide health care district. Von Jorgberg is expected to focus on continuing progress made over the last year, stabilizing finances, improving employee satisfaction and retention, process and procedure involvement, evaluating quality and patient satisfaction. Intercare, a formerly Clinic's Salud del Pueblo, has partnered with the North America Development Bank, or NADBank, and secured a $36 million loan to develop a new healthcare facility in the Imperial Valley. The new clinic will be a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, or PACE Center. The 55,000 square foot facility will be built at Highway 86 and Nickel Road in the city of Imperial. The facility will provide healthcare services for the elderly, as well as medical, clinical, and pharmacy for patients of all ages. Intercare President and Chief Executive Officer Yvonne Bell said, "Our new PACE Center in the city of Imperial will meet a growing need for specifically designed services that allow seniors to thrive in their communities while lowering costs compared to additional institutional care. PACE centers provide physicians, social workers, nurses, nutritionists, as well as physical and occupational therapists. Gascon Incorporated will manage the construction of the facility. Gascon is currently building the 108-room Cambria Hotel of the same site." And finally, as a fire continues, a residential fire in Calexico was reported Thursday. A two-alarm fire reported at the residence of the 200 block of Daniels Street. There will be the school was not evacuated, Kennedy Gardens. The school, the three people at the home at the time of the fire were all okay. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has a happy hour every single day from 3 to 6 with specials on fried machaca burrito bites, RV nachos, mini tostadas, and more. Plus $2 off tall beers and shot and drink specials. Ready for a fast and inexpensive lunch? Get one of our weekday lunch specials that include a soft drink for only $8 to $10. With tons of TVs, we've got you covered for any sport you want to watch. Burgers and Beer, with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer, for the best burger in town.
And here's Carroll Buckley with a look at the weather.
The National Weather Service says as high pressure builds over the region, dry and pleasant weather conditions with above normal temperatures will continue through midweek. A weather pattern shift late in the week will lead to an increase in rain chances over the region. Our high in the valley yesterday was 81, 48 the overnight low. Mostly sunny today with a high near 83. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight, then gradually becoming mostly clear. Look for a low around 55. North-northeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high near 83. South wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north later in the morning. We have 54 degrees downtown El Centro. Local news, page 2 in the weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet your friends at Burgers and Beer. Let's jump into sports. brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps South Network, working together to provide you the best care. NFL action yesterday. The Colts beat the Patriots 10-6. Texans topped the Bengals 30-27. Vikings over the Saints 27-19. Steelers beat the Packers 23-19. It was the Buccaneers beating the Titans 20-6. 49ers ran past the Jaguars 34-3. Browns edged the Ravens 33-31. Cardinals over the Falcons 25-23. Welcome home, Kyler Murray. And it was the Lions over the Chargers 41-38. Cowboys ripped the Giants 49-17. Seahawks topped the Commanders 29-26. And the Raiders with a big win. They beat the Jets 16-12. Monday Night Football coming up tonight on AM 1230. The Broncos and the Bills.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
High school football last Friday night, La Jolla outlasted the Central Spartans 28-22. Spartan season is over. A great season. Same with the Imperial Tigers. Fallbrook topped them 27-21. Imperial season over as well. However, Holtville shut out Maranatha Christian 48-0. Holtville moves on. Vincent Memorial beat Hoover 47-21. And Vincent moves on. The Vincent Scots will take on the Sweetwater Sun Devils in the Division 5 championship game this Friday night. And in Division 5 AA, the Holtville Vikings are in the championship game. They will meet the Army-Navy Academy on Saturday. It's going to be a high-scoring one. Yeah. Well, Vincent won 49-0, and Army and Navy won 50-0. And Brady Hoke has retired. Okay, Brady Hoke finished the year not real good. And so he decided, hey, before they fire me, I will retire. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. They also offer live-skin fingerprinting to the public. German car parts manufacturer Continental will cut thousands of jobs worldwide as it's part of a plan to save $428 million a year. Beginning in 2025. The exact number of job losses was not immediately clear. The cuts in the company's automotive division, which produces software, safety features, and autonomous driving technology, will amount to the mid-four-digit range, according to Continental. And Hyundai, the Korean car maker, says, they're going to build even more electric cars in the future. They're investing $5.5 billion in Georgia to build electric vehicles and batteries. So what's happening on the big board right now? Mixed. The Dow up about $2 at 34,284. The S&P 500 off 10 at 4406, and the Nasdaq off 45 at 13,753. Gold up $3.10 an ounce, and oil up 69 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be mostly sunny today with a high near 83, west wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east this afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly clear. Look for a low of about 55, northeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 83, south wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming north. And right now, downtown El Centro, we are looking at 58 degrees, 41% relative humidity, wind coming out of the west right now at about 3 miles an hour. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, we'll be visiting with folks from NAFL Centro, Charlotte. Yeah, well, she'll be here. And you know, that's going to make my day. And Chris will be here too, and that's okay. He can come along. We'll be visiting with them and finding out what's going on at NAFL Centro. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KX.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. The main hospital in Gaza is under siege, symbolic of a health care crisis since the war there began. CBS's Cammie McCormick says Israel calls the facility a Hamas stronghold.
Palestinian officials say Shifa Hospital is surrounded by heavy gunfire. The World Health Organization chief says it's not functioning as a hospital anymore. Civilians are rushing the wounded to another hospital. At the UN in Geneva, they observed a moment of silence for their workers who have been killed.
Over the last month, 101 of our colleagues have lost their lives in Gaza.
It's the highest number of aid workers killed in the history of the UN in a short period of time.
In New York, Donald Trump Jr. due to be back on the stand today at the civil fraud trial that's imperiled the family business and the former president. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
The switch is flipped today as Donald Trump and his sons begin their defense. Don Jr. has already testified in the presentation of the Attorney General's case, where he said that he is not the numbers guy in the office. That's what the accountants and finance people do, even if he signed off on the deal.
And there's word former President Trump's sister Marianne has died. She was 86 years old. Major traffic issue in Southern California. A stretch of the heavily used Santa Monica Freeway is closed after a weekend fire scorched columns supporting the overpass. The State Department of Transportation official says
The shoring for the bridge is up. They did that all through the night. And so within the next day or two, we'll be able to figure out the timelines. If it's going to be a full demolish, how long that's going to take, if it's going to be a repair.
Amtrak service north of New York City disrupted because of structural issues with a parking garage over the tracks on Manhattan's west side. No endorsement of any other candidate from South Carolina Senator Tim Scott as he exits the Republican presidential field. On Fox News,
the voters who are the most remarkable people on the planet have been really clear that they're telling me not now, Tim.
New research just released on lifespan.
We noticed a widening in the
life expectancy gap between men and women, with the gap now at 5.8 years in 2021, which is the widest it's been since 1996.
Dr. Brandon Yan, University of California, San Francisco, says COVID and what are called deaths of despair are widening the gap between men and women. Wall Street, right now a mixed bag. The Dow is up 1 point. NASDAQ is down 33. The S&P is down about 8 points right now. This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A cabinet reshuffle for Britain's Prime Minister.
Fired Rishi Sunak's hardline Interior Minister Suella Braverman, an increasingly loose cannon who referred to Liberal opponents as the
tofu-eating, wokarati.
Hired 7 years after this.
I've spoken to Her Majesty the Queen this morning.
David Cameron, who resigned as Prime Minister over the Brexit vote. He'll be the Conservative government's new foreign minister.
What we see is a party in a state of absolute desperation.
Liberal columnist Polly Toynbee doubts this reshuffle will reverse the Conservatives' plummeting position in opinion polls. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
After an opening round win in the ATP finals early this morning, Novak Djokovic secured the #1 tennis ranking for the year for a record-extending 8th time. Djokovic is 36 years old. Last year, the top spot was gained by young Spanish star Carlos Alcaraz. The 20-year-old is ranked #2 now. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair counts. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Just go to newnordicusa.com or visit Walgreens or Amazon to purchase. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at newnordicusa.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I always have my music on.
With Carroll Buckley.
I can't go a day without it.